Hi everyone, welcome again to my English channel presented by Ahmed Sayar. Like, share, follow please and subscribe for more new videos. So this course is again intended to second year bac students letter and science. We are going to stay in unit number 2, humor, but today we are going to move to grammar. The content of this video is models. So today we are going to study models. Okay. So this course is presented by Ahmed Sayar. What are models? That's a big question everyone is asking. What are models? So they are also called modal verbs. So we can call them models or modal verbs. They are modal auxiliaries. Okay. Modal auxiliary verbs. So we can call them modal verbs, modal auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliaries, etc. So there are special verbs in English used to express different meaning. So special verbs in English. The modal verb includes can, must, may, might, will, would, should, etc. So there are a lot of modal verbs. They are used with other verbs to express ability, obligation, possibility, and so on. Good. Let's move on now. More examples. I speak Chinese. Now look at this sentence. It's a normal sentence. I speak Chinese. Now, if I say I can speak Chinese, he can speak Chinese. Here I am using can here. Here I'm expressing ability, which means I'm able to speak Chinese. Okay? Now, if I say, for example, instead of can, I use must, then the meaning is going to change. I must speak Chinese, or he must speak Chinese. Now here it means obligation. It means I'm forced to speak it. Okay? Obliged to do it. Okay? Obligation. Good. If I say I may speak Chinese or he may speak Chinese, pay attention here. When you use with he, there is no S. Okay, you can say I can, you can, he can, she can, I must, you must, he must. So there is no third personal singular S. Okay, so when you say I may speak Chinese, this means permission, which means I'm allowed to, I'm permitted to speak it, to speak Chinese. Good. So you see, whenever I use a different model, the meaning of the sentence changes. Great. Let's move on. Now let's start with can. So can means ability. To do something in the present, it substitutes from to be able to. So you can say I can or I'm able to. I can't run 10 kilometers in 1 hour. So you can say I can run 10 kilometers in 1 hour. So here you are expressing ability. So then can is used to ask for permission. For example, can I use your cell phone please? Now here you're not expressing ability, but you are asking for permission. Alright, can is also used for request. Example, can you lend me your PC please? Can you lend me your PC please? Now here you have a request, but in the first one, can I, it's expressing permission. Good. Now, can means also offer. Like for example, I can lend you my car till tomorrow. This is an offer, okay? You offer to lend your friend your car. Great. Can mean also possibility. For example, it can get very hot in Arizona. It can get very hot in Arizona, which means in that place in America, it can be, there's a possibility. Yes. And the last one, can means suggestion. For example, you can say, can we visit grandma at the weekend? Now here you are suggesting visiting your grandma. Can we visit grandma at the weekend? Great. Let's move now to may. Now, may means possibility. For example, I may be home late. We haven't finished yet. It's possible that I come back home late because we have not finished yet. Great. May means also asking for permission. Example, may I go out, please? May I go out, please? Very good. May also means probability. For example, it may rain soon. The sky is so cloudy. So, probability, because the sky is so cloudy, it may rain soon. Excellent job. Let's move on. Now, must. Please write this in your lesson copybook. Must now. Obligation. So you can say you must, or you have to work hard if you want to succeed. It's an obligation. On plane, everyone must or has to turn off his cell phone. It's obliged. Very good. Mustn't, may not. Prohibition. For example, you mustn't smoke. It is bad for your health. We mustn't or we may not eat during the day in Ramadan. It is prohibited, forbidden, not permitted, not allowed. We mustn't. Prohibition. Very good. Let's move on. Should, ought to, and better. Advisability or advice. For example, you look very sick. You shouldn't stay at home. You should see a doctor. Advising your friend to see a doctor. You'd better see a doctor. Peter's grades in maths are terrible. He'd better work hard, or he should work hard. He'd better, or he had better. Very good. My friend is a computer addict. He ought to stop using playing games. He should or ought to. Advisability or advising your friend. Giving advice. Great. Let's move on now. Would. So would is used in request most of the time. Would you help me, please? It's used in offer. Would you like a cup of coffee? It's used with if clauses, like for example, if I were you, I would study harder. Great. Needn't, don't have to. Now let's see this model here. It means absence of obligation or lack of necessity. No obligation. For example, I needn't go to the supermarket. My mother did the shopping yesterday. So, my mother did the shopping, so there is no need. I needn't go. I don't have to go to the supermarket. It's not an obligation, okay? Great. You don't have to book a ticket to the concert. The access is free. So you can go to the concert without paying anything. So you don't have to book a ticket or to buy a ticket because it's free. There's no obligation. Yes. More on models. Models of deduction. That's very important, this, please. Models of deduction. Now let me give you an example. Here we have certainty, impossibility, and possibility. Now let me explain this, please. Certainty. Present. We express certainty in the present with must. Example. Look at Tom. He has just bought another car. He must earn a lot of money. So here must is not obligation at all. It means deduction. So it's like drawing conclusion because he has just bought another new car. So I draw the conclusion that he must have a lot of money. Great. Now let's see in the past now. Certainty in the past. We express it using must have plus verb in the past participle. Example. We haven't seen Bob for a long time. So this is a fact, okay? Starting from the past. We haven't seen Bob for a long time. He must have changed his job in the past. So I'm sure that he had changed his job. He must have changed his job. Pay attention here to the difference between must and must have. So in the past we use must have. In the present we use must to express certainty, that you are certain about a certain idea or about an idea. Great. Now let's move to impossibility. How you express impossibility in the present. So you express it using this, can't. For example, Barbara hasn't got her passport yet. She can't go with us to France. It's impossible. She doesn't have a passport. She cannot go with us to France. Impossibility in the present. Now let's see the past. In the past we use can't have plus verb in past participle. For example, Barbara can't have asked for the visa last June. Pay attention here, you have last June. Because she didn't her passport. She didn't. Okay. Barbara can't have asked for the visa last June because she didn't have a passport at that time. So it's impossible because at that time in the past she did not have a passport. So she can't have asked for the visa. It's impossible in the past. Great. Let's move on, please. Possibility. So let's see how you express possibility in the present. So you express possibility in the present with may, can, or might. For example, it may rain tomorrow. We are not sure. It may rain tomorrow. We are not sure. In the past, you can express possibility by may, can, might, have plus verb with the past participle. Now let me give you an example. The Browns weren't at home yesterday. They might have gone out for a picnic. Pay attention here. You have the sentence in the past, yesterday. So the Browns were not at home yesterday. So there was a possibility that they might have gone out for a picnic. It's possible. I'm not sure, of course, okay? So it is possible that they have gone for a picnic. They might have gone for a picnic. Good. Very good. More on models. Models of obligation. Let's see. The present and the past. Yes. In the present, we express obligation with must, have to, ought to, or should. For example, you must respect the law. You ought to wait until Tom finishes. You shouldn't interrupt your boss. So here, like obligation. You should not. You shouldn't interrupt your stop your boss. Okay? It's not good. It's not good to stop you. So it's not acceptable. All right, let's move. Now the past. So you can say had to, ought to have, or should have, plus verb in past participle. This is how you are going to express obligation in the past. Pay attention here. You had to. Now had to is the past of must. You had to bring your report on time. I'm sorry, but you have got bad marks. Why bad marks? Because you didn't bring your report on time. You had to. It was obliged. So it was an obligation. Great. Now, you ought to have stopped me when you felt tired. You ought to have. But you didn't stop me. Okay? You didn't stop me. You ought to have stopped me. Very good. Next one. The driver should have driven more carefully. So it was an obligation for him to drive more carefully. He should have driven, but he didn't drive more carefully. That was the fact in the past, okay? He didn't drive. He should have driven more carefully. All right, very good. Let's move now to practice, please. There are plenty of tomatoes in the fridge. You buy any. Choose the correct one, please. Which one is correct? Take your time. Yes, you needn't buy any. Yes. Next one. It's a hospital. You keep quiet. Choose the correct one, please. The correct one is have to. Alright, next one. He had been working for more than 11 hours. He be tired after such hard work. Choose the correct one, please. Yes, deduction. He must be tired. Very good. Next one. The teacher said we read this book for our own pleasure as it is optional. Choose the correct one, please. Yes, we should read this book. Very good. Now, let's move to the textbook Ticket to English to page number 28, in which you have number 1, the study grammar. You must do it. Look at the first question. Read the dialogue and answer the question. So please pause the video and read the dialogue and answer this question, which is, why can't Brahim and Anna meet after the phone call? Take your time, please, stop the video and answer the question. Alright, so the answer is going to be because Brahim has to get some rest first. That's why. Alright, let's move to question number 2. Read the dialogue again and underline the modals in the dialogue. Great, so let's do it. Take your time, please. Where are the modals in this conversation? Let's start. You must, that's number 1. Shall, very good. I have to, great. Could, excellent. Needn't, very good. Could stay, alright. Should, yes. And the last one is will, alright. Very good, excellent job. Let's move on now. Number 3, in which you have this question. Read the dialogue again and choose the suitable explanation of the given statements. A. Brahim must be tired means. Choose the correct one, please. A, B, or C. Stop the video, please, and answer these 3 questions. Alright, now let's correct. So the first one, Brahim must be tired, means yes, Brahim is certainly tired. Very good. B. Brahim should have booked a wired room, means it was advisable for him to book a wired room. Good. C. We could meet this evening means yes, it's possible to meet. Yes, we could meet. Possibility. Yes, very good. Let's move on now to practice. Now look at number 4 again in page number 29. Fill in the blanks with the following models. Had to, can't, should have, should, and may. Please pause the video and answer this question in your student book. Alright, now let's correct. First one, Brahim phoned Anna before going to London, so the correct answer is should have. Very good. B. Brahim go to the cyber cafe to chat with Anna. There was no internet connection at the hotel. So here, had to. Very good. Brahim and Anna meet this evening. May meet this evening. They are not sure. It's probability. D. As Brahim is fond of Mr. Bean, she loves Mr. Bean very much. He can't miss his show. Very good. E. Brahim told Anna to give him a comic performance. To give a comic performance, comedians, yes, should use their imagination. Great, excellent. Let's move on. More practice. Alright, again we say in page 29. Exercise number 5. Choose the best answers to complete the sentences. Justify your choice. So, let's choose one of these answers to fill in the blanks. The first one. The audience has been watching Mr. Bean's film for more than 2 hours. The film be interesting. Take your time, please. Pause the video and answer the questions, and then we'll correct afterwards. Alright, now let's start with A. What do you think? Which one is correct? Yes, must be interesting. Why? Because the audience was there for 2 long hours watching, so they like the film, so the film must be interesting. Certainty. B. Yes, so the children must have damaged it because, why? Because the CD player isn't working. Okay, so I'm certain that the children must have, so certainty. C. If Brahim doesn't have a passport, so here expressing impossibility, he can't have access to the humorous websites. Alright, D. Yesterday Brahim and Anne stayed late to watch the film. The only possibility in the past here had 2. Yes, very good. E. We booked the tickets for the next show in advance. They may sell out quickly. So, what do you think? Yes, the correct answer here is should. Some of you may say, why not ought? So ought here doesn't have to. If we had to, then we could write ought to book. Great. F. Yes, the man sitting in front of us in the theater burst into laughter. He must have enjoyed the show. Yes. Next one. We move to the front seat. So here the correct answer is, shall we move to the front seat? All right. Let's move on. Thank you for watching. End of grammar unit number 2, humor. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more exercises online on MODALS, go to Agenda Web. See you later. Before you leave, remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. See you next time.